Yes, Scruffy. Here on the mat. So I was looking out earlier. I didn't see you. So I think you're on the petting mat. And you must have moved to the gray mat right when I got to the door. How you doing? Oh. Put some effort into that meow. Yeah. It's another nice day, huh? Okay. Food on the table. Get the glove. So I forgot to bring the scissors in again last night. I didn't get a chance to try to snip Scruffy's fur again today. He avoided that's a headbutt. So yeah, he avoided exposing himself like yesterday, so he moved to the other side of the bowl. So couldn't snip anything today. So Scruffy likes the pets tonight. So at lunch, yeah, he was much less enthusiastic about the pets. Oops. So the weather continues to be nice, and it's probably the nicest weather we're going to have all year. Makes me a little sad. So I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. But yeah, usually it's either too cold or too hot. So I went out for a bike ride today. Oh yeah, so today on the way back I decided to follow the creek down a little further. And last time I talked about going down that way, I mentioned the creek was getting stagnant. So yeah, the water level is getting low. There's a lot of green, probably algae in the creek. Water didn't seem to be flowing that well. It's kind of still, couldn't really hear rushing water. But there was still water, which is something. But yeah, so today I rode down there again, and at the end of the creek where I turn away, it was bone dry. It was absolutely no water. It was all rocks. I was actually very surprised. I thought there would probably be a little bit of water, maybe even throughout the summer, the entire summer. Maybe even make it all the way to the end of the year. Just I didn't think it'd be flowing much. I thought it'd just be trickle amounts of water. And so yeah, very surprised that it was completely dried out. And I know upstream there's still water in there, so yeah, it really dries up quickly downstream. So yeah, kind of a milestone, I guess. It officially marks summer maybe. No more water. And then I mentioned at the park, they have signs that show the fire danger level. And so I think it was last week. Yeah, they finally changed it. First time all this year. And they changed it from low to high. And I think when I went and I mentioned that it was changed. It was one of those days where the temperature spiked. So I was actually surprised to make it this far through the year with the sign unchanged. Usually, they put it on high or even higher much earlier in the year. But we got so much rain this year that I guess they felt that the hills were sufficiently soaked that the fire danger was still low. Or they were just lazy about changing the signs. But yeah, there was an abnormal amount of water in the hills. As I mentioned, there's runoffs that I've never seen before on the hills. And yeah, the grass in certain parts of the mountainsides are still green in some places. Although I think the exposed mountainside, it's almost completely brown now. But to make it this late in the season, it's actually pretty amazing. Because yeah, usually it turns brown like within 2 weeks of the rain. The rain stops, it turns brown. Weekend it's almost completely brown, and then 2 weeks it's completely brown. So anyway, yeah. So the fire danger sign was still high today. Since it was cooler, I thought maybe there was a chance that they might lower the fire danger signs again, but they didn't. So that tells me that it's not going lower until the next rains. Actually, we had a little bit of rain the other day. It wasn't much though, and then obviously not nearly enough to actually make an impact on that dried out section of the creek because it was flowing last time I went there. So yeah, that's another reason I was surprised it dried up so quickly. Because yeah, we did have that little quick boost of heat wave, but then we got that weird day of rain, which it wasn't even a day; it was short range rain. But and then it's been cooler ever since. But yeah, the creek's now dry, so didn't make a difference. Scruffy's getting ready for food. He's just sitting there. He's doing a couple cheek rubs, so he's not turning around or headbutting that much. Take that back. Just turn. Maybe I'll feed him a little early. I think he's a little tired of the pets. Wants his food. Okay, let's get your food. He's turning away from me, trying to avoid the brush. Okay, he's gonna try to grab brush the trailing piece, but and turn away from me. So yeah, at lunch, I came out. So I left the scissors out, as I mentioned, So when I was coming out, yeah, Scruffy backed away, and it wasn't because of the scissors, because I didn't have them. So yeah, Scruffy's been a little more skittish recently. Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? Let's see, the sun came out. Temperature's still nice. I forgot the scissors again. So the scissors are still out here. Some animal didn't steal them. Wow, Scruffy's running back. So I don't have the scissors in my hand, so it's not the scissors. Okay, water down. Food on the table. Get the glove on. Scruffy's tucking in the ear. Body's flat, kind of limp. So yeah, it's not really into the pets. Oh, it's a nice meow though. Oh, another nice one. Okay, it's a little slightly firmer, but cheek rub. So I think Scruffy's starting to get into it. I got a head bump. Oh, got some meows today. So you ready for food? Okay, one more set, huh? Okay, let's get your food. Tonight's dinner is mini pate with real chicken and tuna, kibble, and rotisserie chicken scraps. And yeah, it's the last of the can of mini pate. So I gotta open a new can tomorrow. I think it will be the mini pate real ocean whitefish. And this is also the last of the scraps in the bag. So I have more in the freezer, so I'll defrost one. But there actually wasn't quite as much as I thought in the bag tonight, so I ended up putting a little extra kibble in the bowl. So I felt bad for not having as much scraps as I thought. I'm probably overfeeding Scruffy. So yeah, the scraps were always supposed to be extra. He's probably got used to the fact that he's been getting it all the time. So the flies are not swarming me tonight. Swarming me last night. So I'm gonna shoo them away as they kept landing on me. I was making Scruffy nervous because he kept looking at me as I moved. So they're not around now. That reminds me, my dad used to have a electric fly swatter, so it looks like a small tennis racket, and then there's a switch on it. I guess you press down and it electrifies it, and if you happen to swat a fly with it, with the button depressed, it electrocutes it. So I've actually been looking for that for I think it's a couple of years now. So I used it a couple times since he passed, and then I can't find it anymore. I'm thinking I've accidentally got thrown away by I'm thinking I had family members come one day, help me clean out a bunch of things, a lot of junk, and I think maybe the fly swatter got thrown away. So I can't figure out where else it would be. But yeah, kind of miss it. It was actually surprisingly effective. So I think I need to buy a new one. I don't think I saw that many animals at the park today. Saw a few quails again. And a few squirrels. There's one squirrel that made a big leap. So I saw it jump off the edge of a trail, and it leaped onto a hanging branch from a tree that was sticking out. Wasn't a big jump, but if they sit around that tree branch, that squirrel would be in trouble. Move the balls. Scruffy eat most of the stuff. There's a little bit of kibble and pate left. So at one point in my ride, I did notice there was some animal scurrying through the brush. I couldn't see what animal it was. It's loud enough that it could have been a big one, but I don't know. So it could have been a squirrel, could have been a snake, or it could have actually been a deer. That's what I can say. So other than that, though, I didn't encounter any more snakes today. No foxes either, and no deers. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.